Malajando, he a squeezer. I just point a finger, nigga, dropping like I'm freezer. Please don't get it twisted, girl, I want you, never need ya. Fuck up bitches feel that it's still like Tamia. White coat, brown throat, I push jungle fever. Discover car, MasterCard, MX or Visa. King drip, 33 ounces, been the leader. Encrypted to read them, enable your readers. Ben Simmons, ho, I don't play. Simmer, ho, Shabba rank. Get it, ho, activate. If she won't participate, gun line, masturbate. Hetero, sexual, I done straight. Might leave, never fall, I don't break. I put stick in the mix, bake a cake. If you trips in the blitz, meditate. Niggas talk, show, Ricky Lake. You get smoked by my boys, shake and bake. I'ma smash on the gas, what's a break? And my name gon' be passed as a great. Remember they was up as fuck when niggas ain't won't fuck with us. Nah, nigga up as fuck, ain't none of them niggas fuck with us. Never did no switching, I ain't shifting fucking clutches up. All I know is run it up, fuck Midas got the touch boat. That's my brother, bitch. I hate the cheat, but I still fuck her like I love the bitch. That's my little Russian bitch, she take me in the slutter bitch. And if she trip, hit the dark web and buy another bitch. Nigga know what's up with me, it's up with me. Everything was taught to me, got stuck with me. Shorty know she fucking me, she stuck with me. Selling all her jeans, fuck the dungaree. Switch locations every week, I'm everywhere the money be. I promise if your stomach weak, I'm someone you might wanna see. The one your son might wanna be, and ain't no nigga sunning me.
There you go.
What's going on, guys? My name is KETA J, Mrs. The Lust Box. Okay, you can find me on TikTok and you can listen to me on Spotify. I'll be transitioning over to YouTube pretty soon, but for right now, it's TikTok and Spotify. I am founder and CEO of The Lust Box and You Herb Spirit Bar. All right, so that's what y'all can find me. The Lust Box, guys, is basically based on desires and lust. You know, we don't judge over there, we worship, okay? A lot of feminine, sexy energy over there, okay? So if you're not ready for grown-ass conversations that will help you elevate in the bedroom, couple or not, don't come your ass over there. All right? Yeah. And you herb, you can find your herbs, okay, ladies and gents, okay, if y'all ready to get away from Eastern medicine and you want something, I got something for everything.
As y'all heard, baby, y'all heard KETA J. This is Ash with the Facts, and today that is my co-host, and we're running it, okay? So y'all know where y'all can find me at in real life, though, on YouTube, and you also can find me Ash with the Facts on YouTube. Y'all know me, y'all familiar with me. So look, guys, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna break the ice, and we're gonna just start talking about a lot of different things. KETA J and I, we have had a long, lengthy relationship. That is in fact my cousin. So that's my go-to for real when I want to know certain things and get certain opinions, you know, because I'm open to everybody's opinion, which y'all know that, because that's the only way we can come up with a conclusion, because you might could teach me something that I don't know, and I could teach you something you don't know, and together
vice versa.
Exactly. So first we're going to start off the topic with talking about how Black ladies basically we don't get the proper care when we go into the hospitals to go see our PCP. We have to advocate 10 times as hard. They don't give us certain type of medication that they know we would need, but they would give it to a different race. This has been going on since the beginning of time. Me as a community health worker, that's the reason why I became a licensed community health worker, because it was a lot of times I couldn't advocate for myself. So they taught me how to advocate and basically bridge the gap in the medical field between myself and a doctor. So KETA, you in the medical field too. Been doing it a long time. How you feel about that?
Ooh, long time, like Jimmy. I recently, it's funny that you're talking about this. I recently just had an issue in the hospital as an EMS worker. Had to advocate for a patient. So I totally agree with you. The hospitals are going to shits. And, you know, right now there's this thing saying that if they are new nurses, you know, everybody's scared of these new nurses, right? They're like, they're not They're not like what they used to be, and everybody's scared of these new doctors. But you need to be, because if there's new doctors, then there's a new branding of new nurses. And Ash, the fucking compassion is not there anymore. You
Definitely not.
know, the compassion is not there no more. The patience is not there no more. And to have compassion, that comes with a sense of patience, right?
Yes.
And it's like, when you are a black woman, you know, you don't get treated the same. And I'm gonna tell you why we don't get treated the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically because we come in with the unknown of not know how. We don't know the terminology. We don't have
Facts.
a plan, a health plan for ourselves. We don't know what we're looking at. We don't do the research. We don't fucking read.
Facts. And
Okay.
that's
If we would go in with the know-hows, even the basics, cousin, even the basics
yes.
of who you are, what you are, even when it comes down to these gynecologists, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to tell them how to navigate, but because we're so lazy, and black people, we trust everybody, that's how we get fucked over. You understand what
Yep.
I'm saying? Don't trust them, trust yourself.
Facts.
And if you need to go to the doctor for testings and things, then you have to go in with the know-how. You have to go in with the paperwork. And I have tried to tell this to everybody, Ash, everybody that I could get my hands on, kind of like a pastor. Anybody
Yeah.
that I could get my hands on, and it depended solely on anybody. I'm like, hold up. You don't know this about yourself. You don't know this about yourself. I'm gonna need
Facts.
you to start looking into that, because the healthcare, the Eastern healthcare, they don't give a fuck about that. They give a fuck about
And
pushing pills that have more and more side effects. And if you don't know your body, you don't know what to intake. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you don't know
that's
what
true.
type of doctors to look for.
That's true. That
So
is very
I'm
much
just
true.
hoping, but the compassion is not there. I seen a nurse mistreat a psych patient. This person is already under distress, and she at the door yelling at him. Is everybody else listening? Went there. We had a mother,
Mm-hmm.
broken mandible, fucked up, fractured her mandible. But Ash, guess what she had with her? Her 2-year-old son. She also
Yeah.
had a brother with her that was willing to stop what he was doing and catch a ride to the hospital to help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With his sister. We got him to the hospital, but they couldn't go in the ER. We understand that. But since when has the lobby been off limits for babies?
Never.
Since never. The mom calls me. She said, "Hey, I'm so sorry to disturb you, but they turned around my baby and my brother in the lobby. It's under 60 something degrees." So that's why I was glad that you was talking about this today, because it goes far. It goes far even to the people that's not getting treated, just for the people that's supporting those
Yeah.
that are getting treated. It's a fucking mess. They did put them out. But had I not advocated for those people,
Yes.
y'all was willing. These are nurses. A charge nurse told them they couldn't be in there. You was willing to put that black man out in 60 something degree weather. Wind is blowing. The baby is 2 years old, Ash. Y'all
That's
had them outside for like, I don't know how long, because you didn't want to hear a baby in the lobby. But mind you, the baby was well behaved, even when it was in the ambulance with us. They had the baby tablet, anything to keep the baby distracted. They had the
yeah.
baby, and the baby was really sleepy. Mama was under distress the whole time. But the fact that they fucking put them out and
Yeah, they do
nobody
that on purpose.
advocated for, like, what?
They're not. If you don't, they feel if you don't know and you don't know the rules, they can go ahead and make any rule they want, and you just have to abide by it. Like they have so many videos circulating right now, TikTok, Instagram, showing what people is coming there to support other people that's being treated, and they're getting put out. They're getting put
Mm-hmm.
out. They're getting talked to any kind of way. They're calling security,
Mm-hmm.
police, and everybody, turning into a big old thing saying that that person is disturbing after they have went there and started something with this person when you didn't have that to do. The situation's already be stressful as is. When you come into ER, you
Mm-hmm.
go to urgent care or anything like that. You're worried about how things are going to go with you. You don't know if you're going to have the support, because most of the time we don't even have the proper support that we need. So
We
now
don't
that
have the fucking proper support.
exactly, now that we have the support, y'all are turning the support away, causing friction with the support. That makes people not want to support. You might get sick again in the future. And they like, nah, last time we went over there, this happened. I ain't going back. You know, you have to figure this out on your own. So it's just so many ways that I agree with everything that you said, because that's like, I'm a medical assistant, I'm a phlebotomist, and I'm a community health worker. And with all three of those fields, I have learned that's what they always say. Oh, because the minorities, because that's what they call us, the minorities never know anything. And when they say minorities, they're not just speaking on
We know who
Black,
they're talking about.
they're speaking on Mexicans. That's another big thing. That's like,
Even though we are not the minority.
exactly, but that's what they like to refer to us as. And they like to say, like when I was a community health worker, we would go and sit down and come up with these different resources for people. So they would want us to ask, why haven't you been to a doctor in 2 years or 3 years or whatever, not getting your physical or your checkup or however? And the people would say things like, oh, well, I don't have Medicaid, or you know, I'm not working, I can't afford health care. So then they would have us to provide, because I know Louisiana don't have it, but here they got something called a gold card, and they got sliding scale clinics. They would have us find these resources for these people, and they would tell us that this is what this clinic offer, or this is what this facility offer. When the people get there, they, oh no, that's not how they go. No, they gotta wait. They gotta wait on the waiting list for 6 months. They gotta wait on the waiting list for 8 months. By then they'll be fucking dead. What is the purpose of us doing all of this? And the resources is not coinciding with what people need. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, so that's why I try to tell
fucking purpose.
Exactly. So I try to tell people, I'm like, look, learn whatever you need to learn about Medicaid. Another thing, Medicaid is like denying people that need Medicaid, that can be on Medicaid, that, you know, basically they fit every requirement, but they're still denying.
And so it's fucking Blue Cross Blue Shield. Clock them too.
Yeah, them too, through the marketplace.
How much money we pay for them?
Yeah, for nothing.
We pay a lot of money for them.
Yes.
Did you hear about the doctor that sued them, that's on $1 million or over $1 million, because she needed like this emergency surgery and Blue Cross Blue Shield didn't want to do it?
Yeah.
And had to reimburse her, and she sued their ass because what am I paying for?
Exactly. And that's the thing. Girl, look, the whole medical field at this point, from your insurance providers to your PCPs to your nurses, nurse practitioners, they all just shits, literally. And now, if you're white, I've seen where I would have somebody white, and I'm not racist, but they would come into our clinic. They would get top of the line care. They come in there, they cursing, they talking to the PCP any kind of way. They want to speak to the actual manager, the healthcare manager or administration, and they get there and curse them out like a dog. A black person could come up in there with a slight attitude after their care has been delayed, and then all of a sudden is a problem. Oh, now, we're gonna ban them from this
security.
Yeah, they messaging the CEO. They're doing all kind of stuff. Like, and I'm just up there like,
we might have the police waiting on us.
Yeah, all it. And I just don't like, that's just something that I don't get. That's like with the pregnant ladies. Like, I really don't even understand that. Both pregnant ladies.
That pissed me the fuck off, by the way.
Yeah, 2 different states now. One is here in Texas. They turned her and had her sitting in the ER all this time and had her child 12 minutes later. You know how the internet is. They started making a post. The post went viral. So now they're trying to say that the nurse was fired. Come to find out, the nurse is not fired. It's under investigation. Which I'm trying to figure out, what is there to investigate. There's a whole video trending on social media. And there's another nurse. I'm going to just go ahead and just we're going to have to just watch that. But y'all want to see, there's another nurse that worked there too that came forward, and shockingly, she's white. She was scared because she's scared to get fired, which, you know, I get it. You know, you don't want to give up your livelihood
and lose their fucking license.
Exactly. But what's crazy is, Gertie got a nurse from New Orleans that's viral right now. They took her license because she whistleblowed something that happened Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry about that, y'all. But anyway, so the black nurse from New Orleans, she was the whistleblower because people that was over her was doing things that they didn't have no business doing to a patient and basically was going to let the patient die. She reported it. And when she reported it, they took her license. She can't get a job nowhere. And she is right.
Are they trying to hit her with a HIPAA violation? Are they trying to hit her with a HIPAA violation?
No, they didn't hit her with none of that. Because how is it a HIPAA violation if I'm reporting you to the people they told me to report you to if I had to see negligence?
Ooh,
and now
children.
She's trying to get her license back. And Governor, I think it's Governor Landry, which I'm trying to figure out how did he even get involved in that. But he sent investigators over to the situation. So now she's just blackballed. Like she can't work in the healthcare field or anything. Like, girl, let me go look her name up while we on here. So when you get them,
I'm about to say there are plenty of whistleblowers out here. I'm not comprehending.
Me either. And I was just up there like when she was telling her story, and it's like every time she tell her story, she showed like how she lost everything, her car, house, everything. And today she had a video about energy because she said that she had called energy. She had a facility or something to help with her light bill, and she was trying to get them to break down the payments versus them taking the whole amount allotted to her, trying to apply it to one bill. They didn't want to do that. So she went on a rampage and went up there and stuff like that. And she was like calling everybody out who was the cause and reason why she didn't have a license and stuff like that. And I'm just like, how is this white nurse not fired? She could have really asked that lady that stuff when she got in the room. Like normally when you go in the emergency room and it's something real, real bad or something so severe as like having a baby and you about to deliver in a couple of minutes, they take you to the back, they come back there, they bring their laptop, they ask all those questions back there. So why she couldn't do the same and why she kept in the ER, I have the slides right there. But the name of the nurse
is... I feel like you're supposed to know.
Yeah, but apparently she didn't know. She didn't know. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. I'm going to play both of them because there's two. The first one is the day it happened. The second one is when the other nurse that worked at the same facility in the same department, might I add, she worked in the same department. She's not a nurse from a different floor. She's a nurse who worked also in the same emergency department with this nurse, but she worked days and this nurse worked nights. So let's go
right now. Let's see what they got going
on. What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. This is your 3rd pregnancy?
Yes.
You have 2 babies
it's
at home?
in my ass.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Everyone's like a starter patient for you. Alright, last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure what her due date is.
Her due date is the 10th.
I think her due date is the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
2
I bet y'all listen next time.
So that was the day of. And all you hear the support in the background saying, I bet y'all listen next time. So I don't know if they plan on suing or what's the next steps they plan on taking, but apparently the support is not having it. You could hear it in her voice. She's very upset. Because if you listen to the video, the young lady had already stated how many children she have, how many pregnancies she have. So why are you re-asking her the same question again, to where the supporter got annoyed and answered you again?
I understand triage. I totally understand triage. I understand that someone's coming in, you are the triage nurse, you have to get this report from her, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
the sense of urgency and compassion for this woman is not here. And we are trained to stay calm,
Yeah.
but there's still a sense like you can tell when someone is concerned about you and they're moving fast enough. They're not rushing and they still look calm, but you could tell by emotion and movement what's
Yes.
going on. Okay, did you
Mhm.
even look back at you didn't give no eye contact? There was no sense. We couldn't see none of this.
No empathy.
You're
None. No. Okay, I'm coming. Calm down. I got you. It's gonna be
I
okay. I just need to collect
I'm
this
moving as
information.
fast as I can. You
Yes.
didn't even the supporter that was recording you e- for recording purposes, right? Because it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Yes.
You could have even stated to her, "Ma'am, I'm moving as fast as I can. We have to get this triage. I have to get her in the system because I have to get in the system. Let me get in the system first and let me go." But my whole thing is this here. I would have called for backup as a triage nurse. I would have called for backup. Hey, a possible, woman in labor. Can I get some help over here? It's not what you do, it's how you do it. We possibly have a mom that's in labor, guys. Can I get some help over here? So someone could
Exactly.
have been on her side while I'm trying to triage.
Exactly. And they ain't had nobody on her side. Poor lady. And she was literally like, they said she had her baby 12 minutes later. So I'm trying to see if she needed epidural. Did they even have time to provide the epidural for her?
Fuck no.
Or like,
Fuck no. Look, LaBoo said, fuck no.
that's my whole thing.
No.
So she had to have this
No.
baby natural, no numbing. I know they say our bodies is designed for that. But from the ladies that I've spoke to, and from what I've seen, because I went to the hospital with one of my cousins when she was in labor and she had epidural and it was not working. They had to give it to her like 2-3 times. And she
That was
was
my second pregnancy.
shaking all the bed, girl, trying to take the whole bed off the railing. And that's impossible to take a bed off the railing. You only can take a rail off the
Yes.
bed. And that shit
That was
scarred me
my
and
second
scarred me for
pregnancy,
life.
cousin. My second pregnancy was like that.
Yeah,
And
and
you know
see,
how they used to give you the epidural, right? And y'all don't judge me. I had my damn children almost 15 something years late, like apart. They 15 years apart. But when I had my first child, the epidural was like one and done.
yes.
But then my second child, 15 years later, they gave you a pump where you get the press and it probably give you about 0.1 or 0.02 fucking grams of something. Listen, y'all, it didn't work. I was in that bitch rocking like a fiend. I was and the woman said, you all right? I'm like, no, but even then, the sense of urgency, and my child was stuck on my cervix lip. So
Oh,
I had to kind of like turn sideways and put a ball in between my legs. Yeah, that's why I ain't having no more. But that's not the thing. This woman could have yelled, "Hey, I need some help over here. I have a mom that's possibly in labor and I'm trying to get her in." Nothing was done.
yeah.
That woman was in agony.
Yeah, you can
Whenever
tell.
you hear that growl, whenever women go to growl and it's in my ass, it's in my ass. I feel like I got a shit, bitch, and you ain't moving.
Yeah, she ain't moving. She did not move.
She like, yeah,
So with that
last pregnancy.
being said, I just really wish to any ladies that are watching this, whether you the nurse, the patient, You have to advocate for patients like that. Like you have to advocate for yourself if you're the patient and if you're a nurse and you see this going on, because I'm sure she wasn't the only nurse in triage that night for the emergency room.
And she was not. That's an emergency room.
So why?
Let's clock that. That's an emergency room.
So why was she stuck alone by herself? Now, whether or not she was a new nurse or not, nobody have spoke on it yet. I know that to me, that's like a rookie mistake. That's like something a beginning nurse would do. That's, not familiar with the program, just getting comfortable, just coming out of training and not having a shadow. But still, it's no excuse, because it's kind of like common sense. But the thing is with the medical field, a lot of people go in the medical field for the money. That's the new thing. The money.
And aesthetics.
Yeah, that too. Is easier to get.
I know what they're about to say though, Ash. I don't know if you've been on TikTok lately, but I know what they're about to say. They're about to say, well, who puts in all that work just to go in and da-da-da-da? Us. How many people have been to college and spent over $50,000 on education and really don't even utilize it? $50,000 on education, and then once you get there, you create your own aesthetic. And before y'all say that nursing does not have an aesthetic, nursing has always had an aesthetic. Nursing has always wore scrubs.
Yeah.
Some of y'all remember back then they had the little hats, and that's why they tell you when you're in nursing school you can't wear this, you can't have that. It's basically because that profession comes with an aesthetic. Now the aesthetic has upgraded. Yeah, it has. They got rumpers now, sister. They got rumpers now. I don't know how y'all pissing them. Y'all nice. Y'all look nice in them. But look, I don't know how y'all just pissing them. I don't know how y'all go. Look, I be having to go use the bathroom for real. Can't be.
Yeah, it takes too long. Give me my regular scrubs, baby. My regular scrubs.
Give me regular scrubs. But it's not enough urgency. It's not enough compassion. It's to me, I wonder what made the supporter start recording.
Because she knew better. 9 times out of 10, a lot of supporters, they either be in the medical field or they come from a family of, that's heavy in the medical field. So they kind of know like when things are not right. So that's like, okay, well, look, let me go ahead and pull out my camera. Then again, she might have had her own kids in the past and know that, look, this ain't right. This is not how you're supposed to treat a person that's in labor. I'm in labor. They try to make like excuses and say that she was supposed to be being induced. Okay, she wasn't induced. Y'all, once she told you her doctor, you could have just called up her doctor on the phone and do a whole little transition right there and got all the information you needed from the doctor. They have it. Epic is great. Epic keep all the information. Really, by right, once you type in her name or date of birth, all edit platforms, Epic, I wanted to say, going to show everything. They're going to show all the medications this patient on, how many times it came in, the last doctor's appointment, the progress notes from the doctor's appointment. Epic is real great. Epic is taking over. So I'm going to play this video and let y'all hear what this guy, who is also a blogger, had to say, as well as the nurse that worked with that nurse, but just on different shifts at the same location.
Yeah, let me hear it.
This video of this woman being ignored by a nurse while she is just moments away from giving birth.
What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3.
Now, the hospital says that they are investigating, and despite what many of you have sent me, the nurse has not been fired. But now, something interesting. This nurse, from the very same hospital, is speaking out at the risk of losing her job.
And I'm sorry, I have to be careful what I say. But I want you to know that there are so many good nurses out there. And we failed. That night shift on that day with that nurse failed. And usually I see these videos and I'm appalled, and it's across the country or, somewhere else. But it was my ER where I work. And our hospital's tiny. We're a community hospital. We serve the underprivileged, we serve the poor, we serve people without insurance, mostly on Medicaid, Medicare. And I just want you to know that I'm sorry. I don't have answers for you. You guys were going to want so many things that I cannot give you. And by making this video, I'm going on a limb because I could lose my job, and I don't want to lose my job. Everything that you've heard is true. Black women, in particular, struggle in a way that no other people can in America, with systemic racism, biases, hatred, you name it. And I'm a white girl coming to you, and a lot of y'all are going to say that I'm part of the problem. And I've read that. Why is no one speaking out? Why is no one sticking up? Why is no one saying this nurse should be fired? There's a lot of things that I want to say, and I cannot. She should have been brought back. She should have been immediately brought back, hooked up to vitals. Those questions should have been answered. What's your G's and P's? How many times have you been pregnant? Have you had any miscarriages? Have you had C-sections? What's going on? We don't get, just because she was I heard she was supposed to be induced. Just because we didn't have her registered and we didn't have an armband didn't mean that we couldn't get all that information and write it down on a pen and paper like old school days. We could have been on the phone with L&D. I've got this doctor's patient in. What's going on? Do we have a bed? So many missed opportunities. And there's no excuses for it. None. None.
Let you know what the hospital says when their investigation concludes.
So that's a nurse from her hospital, out of her department. So how does she know the protocols and what needs to be done? Yet this nurse who worked the same floor, same place, just on a different shift, how she not know that?
I got two things to say. It's hard. It's hard to say this. But I'm going to say this shit. Because I do it almost every day, cousin. Sorry. We first responders, okay? As well as you can tell the story, you could have stepped in.
Yeah. You
could have stepped in and held your own coworker accountable and say, hey, what are we doing? Let's go. We got to get her back. Yeah. If you was there to tell, if you watched, hopefully, I'm hoping that you was busy, but it doesn't seem like you were busy.
She was in there. She worked the day shift. You know how they go when something big happened at their facility. They gonna know about it on the next shift. So
she found out about it. So
she found out about it.
Oh, I'm thinking. Oh, I'm about to say my girl act like she was there. She act like she was present. I'm about to say that she was present. You could have interfered and say, "Hey, that's not it." Yeah. It goes right back, cousin, to what we was just talking about. The thing is, you didn't call for help. There was no urgency. There was no nothing. You a triage nurse, but you should have called for backup right then and there. You should have said, hey, I have a mom here that's possibly in labor. I need some help up here.
No, for real.
Get everybody involved. Because guess what? You might not have fucking felt like dealing with it, but the people that you get involved, somebody would have took her. All right, what we need this, and then you could have went your ass back to triage. You could have been the person that finish making the calls, like the lady said, finish checking the medical history, and given there was no urgency.
Yeah, she wasn't even moving like a girl.
And how long was she in? How long was that black woman? Did they say that? How long was she in the ER?
No, they never even mentioned it, but apparently a very long time.
That's why I'm thinking. Now follow me, Ash. That's why I'm thinking the supporter started recording.
Yeah, because she had been sitting in the emergency room. Because you know how they do when you go in there, they want to get your name and date of birth. They ask you all that stupid shit at the door. When you first talk to the access rep, you talk to her first. or him first. They're going to take your name, date of birth. They're going to give you a wristband until you sit down. The triage nurse is going to call you to the back. So she had been sitting there. She had to explain to the people, the excess rep, hey, I'm in labor. I need to get to the back now. Nobody moved. They just took their time. That's because anybody who'd been in the emergency room, they know that's how it go. That's what they do. They set you to they give you your little band, take your name and date of birth. If you go to Kenner Regional,
and sit you right back out.
And sit you right back out. And then you gotta wait for them to call you to the back again to ask you some of the same questions the front already has asked you.
Black women, this is not the first two things that we have seen. We know, Ash, I like to hold us accountable sometimes, sister. Like, I know tragedy happens, but I want to hold us accountable, sister, because we know we are the fucking most intelligent beings on this earth. Do you understand me? We are not to be underestimated. I need you guys to start investing in doulas. Yes. And before you invest in a doula, I need you to start reading upon pregnancies, okay? These people, we've been knowing that they don't even want us to keep our placentas, Black women. We got to start doing better, Ash. We have to start pushing this more about educating ourselves when it comes down to our health and our bodies. Nobody knows your body better than you. Look like that Black woman did better having a doula than to go to that damn hospital.
No, for real. Because like I'm gonna say that that's a fact. Like a lot of Black women, we don't really understand our bodies. We don't understand different things. Like it was a situation with me. Okay, so this is my second time getting pregnant. When I got pregnant, I took the test, but I didn't understand how your body worked. So I didn't understand, even though you miscarry, right? This whole time I'm walking around with a dead child in my body, you still will urinate as a positive pregnancy test, right? But when they do the blood and they take it, because when I went there, the P cup was positive. But when they went to do the ultrasound, they was like, it's a certain kind of sac you had to develop, a mucus sac or something they was trying to tell me. I don't remember the name of it. They use big fancy words. I'm in the medical field and I need to stick to my ass because a lot of shit I still don't know, but I'm still trying to understand. So when she said hold yourself accountable, I'm one of the people she's preaching to the choir. It's me. She's talking about me. I'm with y'all. So basically it didn't develop.
I'm talking to myself too, y'all.
So when they did the blood test, I didn't
know. With my Crohn's, cousin.
No, for real.
When my Crohn's happened, that was that. After they misdiagnosed me with my Crohn's, I said, fuck them. I'm going to take over from here. And as you can see, I've been more healthy, doing things myself, switching up a lot of things. These people put me on steroids, for a little while. And as you can see, it had my big effect on it. So I told them, I said, we're going to stop everything. Because it wasn't Crohn's. It wasn't ulcerative colitis. But it was Crohn's the entire time. But the symptoms was giving Crohn's. But because I'm a Black woman, they're going to give you anything to feed you, And then once they told me, I said, do y'all even know how this generates? Because I read before I went back, and I'm like, okay, so they don't really know how this generates. So listen to me, Ash. If you don't know how something generates, how can you cure it, or how can you give me the medication for something you don't know what the fuck is doing? And yet, had I did the research beforehand, I could have been caught this. But when I caught it, Ash, I said, oh, fuck you. So you know what the supplier said? Oh, you gotta have a doctor's registration, like a doctor's signature, to continue getting my supplies, right? And you know what I told them? I said, that's what I work for. Don't worry about it. How much is it cash? I'll take a month's supply. Yeah, you're not about to do that.
I went to Dr. Ray Destrehan, girl, and he was like just assuring me, like, no, you're fine, da-da-da-da. So boom, third pregnancy come around. These people doing all kind of ultrasounds, all kind of shit, sticking all kind of shit up my vagina. They're like, okay, we can tell you have had miscarriages in the past, but we can't tell you when it happened. But because you walked around so long untreated, it messed your tubes up, right? So I'm like trying to advocate for myself, saying, well, look, just
Yeah.
can't y'all do like a tube repair or something? I can show y'all my paperwork. They're like, no, we can't do the tube repair. We can't do that. You have to take your tubes out, because if we do the tube repair, it's gonna do the same thing. Basically, it's gonna be blocked. It's gonna cause inflammation. You're gonna have all these different things going on with your body. So me not knowing any better, I did that just so we can go ahead, because me and my husband, this time on the third time, we just say, fuck it, we're gonna do IVF. We're gonna go that route, because nothing was wrong with me. It wasn't that I couldn't have kids. It was just that the fucking sperm couldn't travel where it needs to travel to because of untreated miscarriages in the past. So I'm trying to figure out a way, can I sue this doctor in Destrehan, because everybody go to him. Like, I'm trying to figure this out. And the doctor was like, well, not really, because just because you have fluid in your tubes, sometimes the fluid can move out of the tubes. Because I'm like, when he did my ultrasound, he told me my tubes was fine. There was no fluid in my tubes. But now you're here telling me something different. So now I'm fucking confused. So boom, get pregnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miscarry on June 21st of 2025. They put me on Mestrosol, whatever that shit is, that basically is used to treat abortions, is used to treat miscarriages and all of this shit like that. I walked around 3 weeks with a dead body in me, well, dead placenta, dead fetus, whatever the fuck you want to consider it to be. And I'm telling these bitches, like, I don't want to do a DNC. I'm not doing a DNC. I'm going to advocate for myself. Y'all need to figure out what's the next options, because why would you put me on medication and I got to take all these different doses to give me 4 doses of the medication? It was like the first one should work. It didn't work. Second one should work. It didn't work. Third one, finally, it worked. I passed the child at my mama's house on the toilet. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, where we went wrong. And it's like, after I told them I no longer had insurance and I'll be paying cash out of pocket, they were supposed to contact me back within 10 days, right? Because of course, I'm 35, I'm about to be 36. So they're like, it's mandatory that we go ahead and start collecting whatever eggs we need to collect now. Because if we don't, your chance will lessen the older you get. Ain't heard from them bitches since. Ever since I told them I'm no longer working, I quit my job, I don't have insurance, I haven't heard from them since. And it's like, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, it's been weighing on me to call them and just be like, so since I don't have insurance, y'all not gonna treat me, if I'm telling you I'm paying out of pocket. Like, I'm kind of
right. You think I can't afford this?
It? Like, what's the case? Because I got the messages and everything from the doctor, and he assured me, he was like, because even after the miscarriage happened, I'm messaging this bitch about telling her, like, okay, look, this what happened on this day, this what I passed. Do I need to take the 4 dose? 2 weeks later, never heard from her. I literally had to text the doctor and say, hey, doctor, I've reached out to this lady. Nobody's responding in my Epic portal. I need to know what's going on. Oh, I was getting to you. I'm sorry, I've been kind of busy. There's a lot of patients. That's what the fuck she led with when she talked to me on the phone through the conversation. The doctor just was like, give it 10 days. Billing gonna reach out. They're gonna give you the breakdown. He was like, I'm gonna change all of this. He was like, instead of doing anesthesia, we're gonna do lidocaine, like just to change it so the prices and stuff like that could be cheaper. And he went through explaining everything. And I'm just up there like this. Like, because I still haven't heard from him yet. And when I talk to other ladies, they like, nah, you just need to switch doctors. You need to go here. This is where I went. I had the same issue, because there's all kind of support groups and stuff like that. But I like what you say when you say we need to learn to advocate, for ourselves. Because like I said, it's a lot of stuff. I'm in the medical field. I've been in the medical field since 2008. And I know you've been in the medical field since around the same time. Like, we done been in this game for about 15 years. And there's still a lot of shit we don't know that we still learning every day.
I really started finding out when I started working EMS.
For real. That's the thing. And it's like you said, new doctors cause a new brand. Like, everything changing up. They advocating to put different things, take away different things. Then you got the president and the government, everybody dipping their hands in it, trying to change up things. And I'm just like, so we as the people just supposed to sit here and let this happen?
No, because I started building me a community, Ash. I've started building me a border community, and just one of those communities where if anything was to go down, we already have like who got the cows, who got the chicken, who got the herbs, who got, who making their own fucking peanut butter and mayo, the community, who who the doulas are, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Who
that's
are the
dope.
mothers, like the mother doulas and things of that nature. Because in the doctors, I'm doing extensive like background check on them. Like if I don't hear a doctor talk about the natural things, cousin, we can't fuck around. Because and if you're always trying to talk over my head using all the medical terminology, knowing that I'm the patient, you don't know my medical background. So that's another thing. Stop letting these people talk over your fucking heads. Slow them
Yeah,
down how we slow everybody else down in life. Don't be up there nodding your head, and then when they say, you understand, you say, yup. No. Tell them I didn't understand not a fucking thing you just said.
yeah. You got to tell them. You have to tell them, and then they try to be
Tell them.
funny. And the new thing is like when you go in, I don't know if you have ever read, but like even when you're being triaged at your PCP clinic, they give you a paper and they say, "Do you understand everything that we're talked about?" Either they give it to
Nope.
you after or in the beginning.
Nope, I don't.
Go ahead and tell them no. Tell them no, you don't understand it. And some of them will actually take their time and explain it, and then others are sending the MA in there who's on the same level as us. They don't know what the fuck they talking about either, but they're gonna come in there and
You
they're
know
gonna
my
try.
favorite thing? Cousin, my favorite thing to say now is what this is. Oh, that's your confidentiality. No, 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 baby. When I say what it is, I'm not talking about the title. What does this consist of? Like, and I'm gonna be reading it too because y'all got the fucking fine print. But because I'm not gonna lie, but because I took myself away from more of the Eastern things that's going on, I'm more on the Western side. It feels so much better. It feels so much so comforting. They're not rushing like we see here. There's people that's literally trying to how they say break this shit down like the book for dummies. I am the book for dummies. Give me the book for dummies. Break this shit down to me
Yes.
beforehand. And don't sell me no goddamn dreams.
Oh, they do that. They love to sell a dream. They love
If y'all could go look up facial cleansing, and if you could go look up, how to get rich schemes, and if you could go to the tarot reader and check on your boyfriend and shit like that, I'm gonna need y'all to open that go to a library and go start reading on the things that concerns your body,
yes. That is so
your
funny. She said
vajayjay,
to tell me.
all that. But fucking around, Ash, let me tell you, I know a girl that had the same issues that you had. This motherfucker started taking Yanni steams and shit and got pregnant.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Because I'm an esthetician
But
too,
how
when that field, and I was starting to do like the yarn steams and stuff, and it's like I was second guessing myself because when you're in the medical field and they talking to you with all this good language and good medical terminology, making you feel like I'm for sure this is going to work. Like I have text messages between me and my doctor where I'm questioning him about certain stuff and I'm telling him about certain stuff because I'm hearing different female stories and they like, no, I did this. My doctor did this and it's worked, which was more of the natural way, the Western way versus the
okay.
Eastern way. And he would be like, and I would assume because he was Vietnamese, like, because Vietnamese, Africans, Haitians, and Jamaicans, like, they all practice more natural
That natural
remedies.
medicine. Mm-hmm.
But he was more on the scientific side. Like, everything is science, science, science. And I'm like, sometimes science don't work exactly. And that's how I felt. Because look, my job had covered that at 80%, meaning they was getting their money rain, sleet, shine. 80% is what my insurance covered for that. That total procedure was like, I think $35,000, and out of the 35, I probably paid like 5,000. So my job
Oh,
covered
that's
30.
not bad.
Yay! So,
That's not bad.
the type of PPO insurance I had, they was good, and like the deductible initially was 500, but then when we switched companies, it went up to 7. but my deductible was met. Everything was good and covered. So it's like that's how I feel. Like it was about the money because now since I told you guys, hey, I'm no longer working here. I no longer have that insurance. I don't want y'all to try to run insurance I don't have. I'm gonna go ahead and pay out of pocket. I haven't heard from him. Haven't heard from him. Say that again. So it's like I see all kind of stuff on there with people saying, you know, you could get pregnant without tubes and all that. I'm like, dude, the only way you can get pregnant without tubes is if they do IVF. Like that's just the only way at this point. Like I know that for
I ain't gonna lie though, because you know you smart as a motherfucker. You always was that girl.
For real, girl. I be
like,
working
you
on
that
it.
girl.
I be working on it.
Like you know your shit. You know your shit. So I want you to practice your shit.
I need to.
Because you know your shit. And you willing to go look up shit. You know
For
what
real.
I'm saying? So, and being an esthetician, you already know how it goes. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hate seeing those videos. I really do, because it really makes me angry all over again. You know, when people say that certain things don't exist and this is played out, and why y'all still in the past when we're talking about slavery, because the past is our modern fucking day slavery. Okay,
It is.
like we are still under attack. Like right now, you got people trying to tell us what to do with our own bodies. Y'all been telling us what to do with our bodies since we got off the fucking ships. Okay,
Now they really
and
telling
then
us though now.
mistreating us. And now it's like, yep, in your face. What's up?
Because that's like the
In
stuff with
your
abortion.
face. And
I wasn't against abortions. And the reason why was because at first when they was talking about taking abortions completely out, that means if this young lady had to get raped, I'm gonna say raped by somebody, and she get pregnant, she's supposed to look in that baby face every day to think about her abuser, like stuff like
to be
that. Now I can
reminded.
understand y'all taking it out for people that's just negligent and just wild and just not using protection. I can understand that. But certain cases, they had young ladies at that time when Trump first tried to make that law, was going to the hospital and complaining. They had a bunch of viral videos about that, like on TikTok, with girls being raped and going to the hospital and trying to get abortions and stuff like that, and they was turning them away. Mysteriously, it disappeared. Like the topic changed, it went away. Nobody talks about
Off
it
the
anymore.
internet is gone.
Yeah,
I remember
so
that. It is gone because we had made that a topic.
so I'm just confused.
Those
Like the
videos are gone.
whole thing just have me all confused. And I'm just at this point ready to, like you say, like I was a certified herbalist at one time. That was like years ago. I lost that certificate. It is expired. But my
Get
plan,
back.
I've been thinking about it for the last couple of months, just to go ahead, get recertified, look up some more classes, do me some continuing educations, because when I was on it, I was on it. But my life,
That's what I'm saying, Ash. Like, what's up? That's what I'm saying. I know
I'm
life
telling
happens.
you.
We get a little busy.
Yeah, I know,
But
girl. I don't know what
we
happened.
gotta
Like I was
go
on the
back.
sea moss kick, making the sea moss, selling the sea moss, the first sea moss, the
Show
purple sea moss.
off.
Like, I was doing all that, and all of a sudden, like my life just took a change. And it's like, you know how you need a break mentally, but you're still trying to push yourself. So it's like I'm still trying to push
Yes.
myself into certain things. I'm just like letting it just going by the river, just flowing past me, and I'm just here like, what am I
can't
doing?
wait. But this I'm not gonna tell you like what this do to me. This is our reminder of where we should be. You feel what I'm saying? Like when stuff like this happen, it reminds me like, yeah, see, this is why I'm going this way. This way is harder. This way is more, it takes more responsibility, okay? And the responsibility has to come from me because these people, they have to get paid. They really do. Doctors have to get paid. These nurses have to get paid. And all I'm saying is that you ever want to be in a room and just understand what the fuck is going on at all times?
Yeah.
That's how I treat the doctors now. We can't diagnose, ladies. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm not totally against the hospital. What I'm saying is, and I'm not totally against the clinic, okay, when it comes
You
down
gotta
to
put that out there.
what I'm
'Cause you know
saying
they'll take
is, yes, What I'm saying is when you go, no. That's it. When you go, no. And if you don't know right then and there, don't be afraid to put it on pause and say, I don't have a decision today. Give me some time. Let me go look up things. Don't be afraid to tell them that. Don't just sign paperwork saying, yep, we could do it because they make it sound good. Say, you know what? Let me think about it. Let me go do some research and I'll get back with you before we can move forward. You feel what I'm saying? Let me give me some time. Go get second opinions, ladies. Okay. And gents, because they fucking over everybody. That's the thing. I'm not saying don't go. Just know when you go. Be willing to stop them, slow them down, do something. I always say slow them down. Be like, yeah, I ain't moving that fast. Give me some time. Let me look it up.
Yeah, you
got a diagnosis already? If you got a diagnosis already, like we do, you know what I'm saying, Ash? Get to work.
Facts.
When I say get to work,
that second opinion is very important. I know it's going to take time, especially if you're on Medicaid or you don't have insurance and you got to wait on referrals. But still, is that second opinion is worth it. And sometimes you might even have to go for a third opinion because what they're doing now is, like I told y'all earlier, but Epic, they're viewing all the progress notes from the previous doctors. So when they're viewing from the previous doctor, they'll come there and mimic exactly what that doctor said and just change up a couple of words and still diagnose you with the same thing. And the whole time you don't need it. It's no different with the blood pressure medicine, the diabetes type 1 medicine, diabetes type 2. Mm-hmm. They just doing all kind of stuff, y'all. So as we are going to try to be as formative as possible. As she said, do your research. Another thing they like to tell you, Google. Oh yeah, because Google is going to have you think you're dying. Sometimes Google can come in handy. Those big medical terminology words you don't understand, Google it. It would at least tell you the meaning of those words. Yeah, and you could go ahead and put it into place, the smaller words, so you can understand the sentence. A lot of people do that as well. Make sure you Google it. But yeah, I mean, that's all we got for y'all today, baby, because today was today. So I'm gonna go ahead and let KETA drop her platforms again, where y'all can find her, what services she offer, and all that great stuff.
All right, y'all. KETA is like the freaky guru of relationships. Okay, I am the person that I'm not about man versus woman war, because I don't have war in my house. Okay, so I'm the person that's trying to bring us all the way back to real feminine energy, not the feminine energy that they done sold y'all. I'm talking about the ones that you keep when you have a man, not the ones you keep after you break up with that nigga. All right, so we're bringing that back. Y'all can find me on TikTok, okay, under KETA J, and you can go and find me when you want to listen to some of my podcasts on Spotify.
Yep, and my cousin is very dope, always has been dope, and she's that girl as well. It's just in us. Good blood, good genes. Okay. But yeah. Okay. Yep. Girl,
but I think your cousin. Look, I thank your cousin because I haven't heard from you in so long. So, when we get to rekindle, I love it. I love it because when we convo, we convo.
No, for real. Literally. We definitely do. Definitely do. And that's why, like I said, y'all, make sure y'all follow my cousin because she got all the tea.